Hi, this is Brian Forster, and we're outside of the Peruvian city of Cajamarca in the northern part of the country, and we're going to be exploring what's called the Cumbemayo or Cumbemayo Aqueduct. That is an Inca name, which means narrow river, but it's believed by most authorities that this aqueduct was constructed around 1500 to 1000 BC, though they don't really have any evidence scientifically, as far as I can tell, that it is of that age. But it's 8 kilometers long, and we explored the entire length of it. And you can see it's cut into the bedrock. The bedrock is igneous, but we weren't able to actually determine the Mohs hardness of the stone, but you can see almost perfectly straight lines cut into this bedrock. So if it was built around 1500 to 1000 BC, the hardest metal that would have been available would have been bronze, and it's very unlikely that bronze would have been hard enough to be able to construct this, so it may well be far, far older. And here I'm putting a level next to the surface, and it is very flat, not perfectly, but very flat. And here you can see in detail that that is the case. And also there are a series of zigzags, and the general theory is that this was used, or these were used to slow down the water in order to act like a natural filter. And stranger theories are that actually that they were constructed this way, and with the flow of the water they were able to make the water move uphill. But it doesn't work very well anymore. Only parts of it still have water in it. So the theory that it was a filtration system is probably the most logical. And here you can see that it goes straight through the bedrock in the background there. And again, very flat surfaces, quite intriguing. And again, here you can see it goes straight, and then it turns or bends to the left. So it's not perfectly straight for the 8 kilometers, and the width in general is very even. There are some variations to that, but it's quite a consistent width in some of its parts. And there you can see again that it goes through the bedrock in the background, and in some places there's only partial bedrock and then fill. But quite an engineering achievement. There you can see it curves to the right. Then bending to the left. And now bending to the left once again. There are also some petroglyphs in the area, and they're thought to be contemporary with the construction of the aqueduct. And the only culture pre-Inca that was of any prominence was what is called the Cajamarca culture. But whether or not they were able to achieve this engineering feat or not is unknown, and I think highly unlikely. I believe that this aqueduct is far, far older and is megalithic. Again, the consistency of the width is quite intriguing. Very nice flat surface and an almost perfect 90-degree angle. This is a section of it that does not have water in it. And another area where it goes through the bedrock, and in this case bends to the left. More flat surfaces. And detail of where it goes through the bedrock and bends to the left and then to the right. So why it wasn't made in a perfectly straight line is unknown. Here you see a relatively long section that's straight, then it bends to the left. And here they cut out an indent into the side wall. And here is more of it. And it actually goes through the bedrock, which we'll see this notch was cut out in order to let the water flow through. And there again, you can see it going through the bedrock. Here in more detail. And there is the cut in the bedrock. It actually goes in and goes to the right in this case. It doesn't go straight through in a straight line. And another section of it, as I said, we walked the entire length of the 8 kilometers. More petroglyphs that are believed to have been done by the culture who created this feat, though not proven to be the case. There again, it's going through the bedrock and bending to the left. And then going through the bedrock again with a staircase cut into the rock on the right-hand side, probably contemporary with the aqueduct. And here another section that is actually quite straight. Once again, the consistency of the width is quite impressive. And the depth as well. And it keeps going and going. Here's a straight section. As I said, we walked all the way to the end of it, and it's not that the canal or the aqueduct suddenly stops. It's just this is the amount of excavation that has been done in recent decades in order to expose it. Here's another one of the zigzags, likely used to act as a natural filter so that the sediment can drop out as the water travels along its way. You see the extreme weathering, so it is, of course, a very ancient structure and likely was abandoned at some point and then gradually filled up with dirt and other material and thus had to be excavated, I believe in the 20th century. And then another one of the zigzags. And more of the straight section of it. And another zigzag. So a very mysterious ancient site outside the city of Cajamarca in Peru.